YouTube. I know it's been a long time. Let's see how long it'll take for my old subscribers to come along. I got some things I want to say. So I feel like let's get to it. And I would like for others to tune in. I'm waiting. Don't know how long it'll be. I see I have 4 people currently on. Hello, everyone. Hello, how's everyone doing? It's past my bedtime. I actually have to get up in a few hours and hit the clock, and I've been working overtime. So, a child is tired, but there's some things I want to address. And it's pertaining to Robert, and it's pertaining to other people's opinions and views, which we're all entitled to. Hey, Miss Fat, how are you doing? Kim Tucker, I know it's been a long time no hear. I know. Um, that's because I just can't deal with all this mischievous acts on this social media. I'm not built for that. So I keep myself away from a lot of things. However, I want to talk about some things. I want to talk about this motion that Jennifer Bonjean has filed. I want to talk about Oak Cove and their opinions related far as Atmos Love. I'm not here to cause no beef between the other side, this side, because they really ain't ready for that. You feel me? Everything that we all have done and said thus far has been nothing but the truth from Robert's supporters, due to the fact that we did take time to research. And with research, we stumbled upon a lot of information that let us know that R. Kelly was innocent before even being arrested by Homeland Security. So I want to talk about Azriel's age, Alice Teresa Clary, the mother of Azriel Clary. I want to talk about Angelo Clary, the threats that he's putting out on social media towards Miss Bonjean, because he's upset that information was released on government official documentation. So Jennifer is to be a liar in his eyes, but all the other things before Jennifer took on this case was to be truth. Now all of a sudden is lies. Whatever, Angelo. Nobody has time for that. Figure out about the pimping you out here doing, and defending your wife for being the pimptress that she is. And it's very clear. I will tell you all to go to People's Magazine. There's the article there referencing about how the Clarys were on the search for their alleged daughter who's missing and held captive and hostage in a sex cult by R. Kelly. No truth to any of those things, but this is the story that they gave People Magazine back in 2018 or 2019. If you go and research it, you should be able to find it. And you will find that Angelo Clary is in a fight with no other than Alice Teresa Clary, the mother of Azriel Clary, due to the fact that, to say, one parent did not want her to be around R. Kelly and another parent did. And thus far, from what we have read through motions and from transcripts from the trial of August 2021, that the only parent that was being seen in legal documentations was nobody other than Alice Teresa Clary, the mother, who's everybody been asking, where's Alice? Alice had to step off the scene because she is a major part of this sex trafficking act that they put on R. Kelly when the mother was the sex trafficker who was pimping her daughter out. I mean, let's just be honest, folks. Parent or no parent, anybody with morals and decency and dignity does not find it appropriate to be telling your daughter that R. Kelly is going to do you like he does the rest and move on like any man. Not just because it's R. Kelly, but because he's a man in general. And basically, Alice is telling her daughter to go out and seduce, entice, grab this man's attention to make him want her and not move on with itself to the next. Well, anyway, the mother sounds like a whole pimp because that's exactly what she was. And we can't make this up. It's on documentation. It was always on documentation, whether it was legally by a court of law. It was always proven that these parents were guilty of the said crimes that they accused R. Kelly of doing. So, what I want to say is this here to Atmos Love of Oko, Team Truth, Team Lies, or whatever. I heard 2 of his videos in the last 2 days. He's read the motions, the transcripts, and the whole 9. And he has admitted that he was so far up the Clary's asses that he couldn't see the truth. And it was hidden from them. Nothing was hidden from y'all because all that has been brought to light through the law is what us as supporters were saying from day one. No one cared to listen other than Robert's supporters. The other side continue on with the shenanigans. And they love to say that we supported R. Kelly because of his music. No, baby. It had nothing to do with the man performing and writing hits and for every and any other artist across the globe. It had everything to do with the fact that we seen and we read. The biggest thing that they always said, if you want to hide something, you put it in a book, and most people won't read because people don't like reading. And it ain't just for people of color in general, but however, Oko, be black or Hispanic or Latino, whatever they want to be over there, has proven that to be truthful because they never read. They took the word of Lifetime. They took the word of Larry McGee. They took the word of Angelo Clary. They took the word of Geronda Pace, from Lisa Van Allen to Asante McGee and Javante Cunningham. And Robert's so-called brothers. And others who were against Robert. So they went with that. And the fact that the Aaliyah situation and the Rashonda situation that the man was acquitted on. And it has been known and told if they would read, because they're acting like something was hidden from them, and nothing was hidden from Oko, Team Lies or Team Truth. Everything was there for you all to read and see for yourselves, but you chose not to. You chose to just go along with media told y'all. Y'all were puppets to propaganda. And you were mad at us as if we were lying to y'all, and we never were lying. There were no lies being told when it pertained these alleged victims that weren't victims. So Atmos called Robert a pedophile. I asked him to refrain from using that word. You can't call a person a pedophile if they not out particularly searching for a child. R. Kelly never looked for any of these women. These women came to R. Kelly free will, free choice, free decision. No one forced them. There was no gun. There wasn't R. Kelly riding around searching in neighborhoods. Let me find an underage girl. I mean, that's what pedophiles do. R. Kelly didn't do none of those things. Each woman, and I say woman, stated that they attended his concerts, not him attended their home, not him attended their schools, not him standing outside of their homes and schools trying to get them to come with him. None of that took place. It was always them traveling, spending their dollars to go and see this man. You got to make that make sense. The government knew that it made no sense. And they created a RICO, a Mann Act. Robert wasn't guilty of any of those such crimes. The government is the only culprit, snake, sex trafficker, human trafficker, kidnappers, traveling people, taking them across state lines because they falsely arrested R. Kelly in July of 2019. The statute of limitations federal government must follow of any state when it comes to the statute of limitations. The state of Chicago, Illinois, was city and state. Illinois itself as a state. Law did not come into effect until after Robert was arrested by Homeland Security in 2019. 2020 of January the 1st is when statute of limitations had changed. Meaning, if I was raped in 2005, I had a set time, 10 years, 2015, to make claims on that. Had I not made those claims and decided 2016 that I want to go make a claim of my sexual abuse that happened in 2005, the government isn't going to do anything. Neither is the state. No one is going to do anything because legally I had let it expired. So all of these claims and alleged abuse that these women had spoke of, they were way past their 10-year limit. Two women and precisely that they love to talk about was Aaliyah and Rashonda. Aaliyah is passed away. Rashonda hasn't stepped up and said a darn thing. Thus far, everything is alleged when we speak of Rashonda. But Rashonda had ample, and I mean ample, opportunity to speak out and say that this is her and this alleged sex tape that took place that they say was R. Kelly and is not R. Kelly. I'm not saying that because I love this man's music. I'm a fan. I'm a supporter. It's because, one, I have common sense. Two, I researched. And through research, that's what I discovered. That these women had all the opportunity and they didn't. And most of them lied about their age. If the storyline that Lifetime had put out was so true, Atmos, then why would Tim Savage say, and this is not hearsay, this came straight from his mouth on a phone conversation that was recorded with Cash Jones, allegedly the mistress of Angelo Clary, one of the Janes who was needed to turn states that y'all have now finally paid attention to due to the fact that Jennifer Bogine has showed the text messages of this Jane Doe's parent who always knew where their daughter was after that daughter sat on Gayle King and told Gayle King that her parents prostituted her and treated her like she was a whore or a hoe. Did we forget that? Because the child said that. She said those things. Then she went and did a documentary with Shabazz. And in that documentary, she's confronting her father. And she's looking at him and she says, don't paint no picture. Like I wasn't in contact with y'all. I would contact y'all 4 or 5 times out of 4 or 5 months at a time. Don't act like we wasn't communicating, like y'all didn't know where I was at. I'm saying me and your mother, she turns around and say, your wife, not my mama, but she says to her father, or alleged father, because there is recording of him saying that that child was his stepchild, not his biological, from his DNA and his groans. She did not come from those areas of what a DNA makes up. Biologically, she isn't his child. I didn't say this. He said this. And where it came from was on Kevin Terrell's channel from, well, not channel. It was on a Facebook Live when Kevin Terrell and him was talking. So you just can't make these things up. It is coming from their mouths. You hear me, Atmos? Tim Savage admitting that all the women were lying and that Tamara Simmons knew that they were lying. So if all the women who were on Surviving Lifetime was lying and Tamara Simmons knew it and still filmed it, what makes you think just because Azriel Clary mother text messages and actions and her involvement in all of this is the only lie? Everything else before this has been known is a lie. Atmos Love, Oak Cove, Team Truth, Team Lies. All of those things existed then and exist now. Nothing was hidden from you. Nothing. The devil hides nothing from anybody. All things are in plain sight. You lack discernment. You were viewing this situation with anger and hatred in your hearts. But then you love to say that we don't hate R. Kelly, but y'all do. With the gruesome things that was being said, even down to the fact that the man has diabetes, and y'all call yourselves R. Kelly infected too. You know, like y'all made fun of things that any one of us, don't matter color, don't matter race, any one of us can suffer from diabetes. And you thought that that was funny. So you called yourself R. Kelly's infected toe. But y'all didn't have no hate. You listened to Giovanni Cunningham. After Aaliyah's mother told y'all it didn't happen and that she was lying, that she was present. So what Aaliyah's mother says does not matter. It matters what Giovanni Cunningham has to say. Never once in the beginning did Giovanni Cunningham tell the world that she slept with R. Kelly when she had a whole big ass platform. Lifetime, movie networks. Never did she tell them that. She goes on YouTube to Larry McGee, whom, by the way, should I mention that bruh, what Atmos says, we don't want him to be in jail if he ain't do nothing. Well, baby, Larry knew he didn't do nothing when Larry did not know this man personally. So how can a man who has never been involved, never been around, never witnessed anything with his own eyes get a lesser charge because he helped, and it is documented in Larry's paperwork and through his sentencing? Why he got the 18 months that he received is because the government makes it clear that he aided in helping get R. Kelly arrested. And you say we don't want to cheat to win. Well, baby, I don't know what a head start is. You got to make that make sense to me. They all had a head start. While Robert thinking life was good, they were putting plans in motion. Larry committed crimes in New Jersey. How in the fuck did he know what was going on in Chicago with R. Kelly? And Azriel, Joycelyn, Geronda, Javante, Asante, Lisa, Andrea, Kitty, Lizette. But somehow he's given lesser time because he helped get the prosecution what they needed, which was Azriel, to turn against R. Kelly. He's not a credible witness. Anything that he has stated is hearsay by law. It's just gossip. The tabloids do it every fucking day. The Shade Room does it every day. The Inquirer does it every fucking day. It's called gossip. There is no fucking facts. It does not say based on a true story or true events. So, Atmos, make it make fucking sense that yo bruh Larry, who I don't give two shits about, I don't care about any of y'all, truth be told. But what you're not going to do is try to be straddling the fence. Either you are of the light or either you ain't of the light. I already told y'all today what it was. Because, see, I ain't the one that will just text something on a social media page and not let you know that I'm at you, that I'm talking to you, because that's the way you're supposed to talk. Every man and woman should be able to talk directly to any person that they have an issue with or that they're trying to get to understand something. Don't confuse the two. I am a woman. You don't pay my bills, I don't pay yours. So I said what I said, and I'm saying what I'm saying. Period. Already, sissy, you know what it is. There's no sense in doing none of that. But now, Atmos, you all in your feelings or whatever. I get that you feel played, but you played yourself. And then, in the midst of you playing yourself, the rest of y'all played yourselves. Because y'all were used for this man to get a lesser time. Y'all gonna act like y'all didn't hear Denise Brewers call it out and say what Larry was doing and why Larry was doing it. It had everything to do with Larry's case. She said clearly on the phone while she's conversating or conversing, talking, chatting with Kevin Terrell, who y'all call Bedbug, that Larry called her about Azriel being present in his home. And he kept saying Titi, Titi. And Titi in Spanish is auntie. And so that's what he was calling her. He was calling her Titi. And Titi is, like I said, auntie or T.I. T.I. in Spanish is auntie. So for short for T.I. is Titi. And that's what Larry was calling her, Aunt Denise or Auntie Denise or Aunt Denise. However you all say it, still as a auntie. He told her that Azriel was there. And Azriel got into it with her father because she wasn't folding and would not go against the grain against R. Kelly. So he did everything he could do in his power, allegedly, to get her to turn. But in my opinion, Shorty was never for R. Kelly because through text messages that the R. Kelly Saga page had put out there over 2.5 years ago on Instagram. Those who know, those who don't. And it was funny because, Oko put it back out there or whatever. And they admitted, Atmos admitted that it came from R. Kelly Saga. But he said Facebook, it's Instagram. And we all seen these stories in text messages from Jocelyn texting or tickets for Alice, Teresa Clary, or Foster. Haha, y'all remember that word, that name, Foster? Tickets was made for that person who is Alice Clary. Alice got the name Clary, I reckon, because of Angelo. But I think Foster is her maiden name. And tickets was made, purchased for her to fly out. But she didn't see her daughter. The tickets was bought for her. Tickets was bought for Alice. I wonder if Bogene pulled that out. I hope you do, Miss Bogene. I really do hope you do, Miss Jennifer. Pull out the tickets. And what airline was she booked on? And why was she going if her daughter was held hostage in a sex cult? Let's bring that out as well. Oh, Oko, did y'all know that? Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't read. Y'all got to be told what to think. Y'all don't read. Ignorance is pure bliss. No, I'm not taking shots. I'm actually being serious about ignorance. How y'all all fell for propaganda. How y'all all became sheep. Led astray to a pasture of slaughter. And you all should feel guilty that you all have condemned a man with no proof, but only through itching ears and through hearsay. No proof. All because you judged a man based off a past. And even though, based off of that past, he was still found not guilty. I repeat again, he was found not guilty. I'm not saying this because the world knows that he was found not guilty, but through paperwork, it states what took place in that courtroom with R. Kelly, with Rashonda, with Sparkle, with Lisa Van Allen, with her baby daddy. It showed all of that. But I've been on Twitter and I've told and showed many people these things. And what I want is for Jennifer, Rob's team, to dig further and request birth certificates from Baltimore County and wherever Geronda may have come from, the back alleyways or wherever. If they have birth certificates there, let's go into the back alley and get Geronda's birth certificate. I say this because over 2.5 years now, I have been told by people who were speaking to people connected in this. I mean, the real people who really went on Lifetime, who went on a tour, who has been writing books on Robert. Michelle Kramer being one of them. I didn't speak to Michelle Kramer, but I know someone that she was having conversation with. And it was personal conversations. And if no one knew, Geronda's husband, Geronda Johnson Pace, her husband is Dominique Gardner's cousin. They're related. They're blood. Did you hear me, Gayle King? Since nobody knows nobody. Geronda's husband is Dominique Gardner's cousin. They share the same DNA. Biological, you can't make this shit up. The very thing that everyone lacked in that story was DNA. To prove of these sex crimes that took place along with the long wait. DNA. DNA proves everything. From saliva to semen to blood to hair. DNA. None of that was given. Even though the cum shirt that was dried, they don't know whose semen it was. Or even if it was semen. As far as we know, Geronda could be into bestiality and could have been jacking off an animal. We don't know. The government don't know. But did the government care? No, they had one task, which was to follow out with the Me Too movement, who they represented and who they are with. That's what the Democrats are. There's something wicked. But I'll say that for another time. I've been told y'all that too, but it is what it is. Vote who you want to vote for if you choose to vote. I ain't voting. I said what I had to say about them. But Tina Chang, Obama, Michelle, Obama's wife, First Aid, Tina Chang, Me Too movement, and Donnelly is a part of that movement. Um, those prosecutors was a part of that movement. They was deadbeat on. Time is up. Time's up. Kim Fox, Michael Avenatti. Times is up. I gotta have a cigarette, y'all. I ain't the average lady. I am who I am. I don't need to pretend. My locks is ruined. Looking a mess. I'm tired. Got a band-aid up here. Drinking this Red Bull. Trying to hold it down and talk to y'all and get some shit off my chest. Because there's some things that I just really need to say. Improve. So, bear with me, guys. I know you she always be talking all over the place. Because my mind be running with so much stuff that I need to say. And then I go back to whatever it is that I said. I'm not a blogger, so I'm not professional. Don't confuse the two. I am being me, off the rip, off the dome. It is what you get. I freestyle. Okay? I freestyle. But what I want to show everybody, I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't like that lighting. Okay. But there is a calculator. And let me see if I do it this way. I don't know. Y'all got to bear with me. Okay, so anyway, what I am showing y'all is Azriel's old page before she got involved with R. Kelly. Lucy, a lovely Azriel. Those who have a Twitter knows what the date means on Twitter and year and month. So in this text message that I have on my phone, it's not even a text, it's a screenshot. I had this note. I don't know. I gotta find a way where I really what is this? I should have fucking what's the name? Because I didn't come up here to be precise with everything. But maybe I can do it right here where I can get y'all to see it. Hold up. Y'all bear with me. Okay, there we go. It's kind of blurry. Get it right. Come on. Y'all bear with me. She's trying. She's trying. Let me see. Let me sit it right here, the phone. And let's see if I can get it. Position my tablet. Okay, that's the letter that the Clarice wrote on the behalf of their daughter seeking guardianship. There is a calculator. You see the number 2014 subtract 1997, and the total that came out was 17. Okay, then you see next to it another set of numbers on a calculator, which is 2015. Subtract from 1997, and what do we have here? We have, I want to blow that up. Let me see. Can I move it over? Okay. We have the number 18. Everyone who does not believe, you have a calculator on your phones. You see that? It's 18. And then you see lovely Azriel November 15th. November 15th, 2014. That's the year, that's the month, and that's the date. Date, month, year. You will see, I know at Rockstar Reed, I know you be looking for hot talent. You just found it. Make yourself, if richer and me famous, I can blow. And I'm only 17. Remember, y'all, November 2014, on the 15th day of November, Azriel Clary is telling the world and Rockstar Reed that she is, I repeat, that she is 17 years of age. Now we know that the Funk Fest and through the motions that has been filed and previously through transcripts and motions and through other articles that Azriel met R. Kelly at a Funk Fest that occurred in April of 2015. Now, Azriel's birthday is December 31st. That's where the 1997 comes from because that's the year she was born. December 31st, 1997. On November 15th of 2014, Azriel is telling Rockstar Reed, I am 17 years of age. Come 16 days, a month and 16 days, right? Basically, right? December the 31st. You got a whole month from that. So, basically, in her month coming forward, Azriel was already 17, but when her birthday came on December the 31st, a month later, Azriel turns 18. That's still 2014. Azriel leaves and attends a concert, a Funk Fest, a Budweiser Funk Fest in 2015 in Florida that R. Kelly is headlining. Azriel is now 18 years of age when she sleeps with R. Kelly, engaged, and met R. Kelly. She is not 17. She was 17 months prior, before the concert was held. I don't say this. Azriel is saying this. At Miss Azriel Clary is saying this, not me. I'm just making sense of it and understanding her birthday is December the 31st, 1997. And if in 2014, Shorty is telling this man that she is 17 in November and her birthday is a month later, that means she is no longer going to be 17. She is turning 18. And then right after that, let's count. January, February, March, April 2015. 4 months. 4 months after the day she was born. Shorty wasn't born late. Was she premature? Did anybody get paperwork showing that she was premature? So y'all can stop saying a late birthday. Her birthday is when it is. Just like your birthday is when it is. My birthday is when it is. Period. Late or early. She ain't premature to nobody's knowledge, so she's not born late. She's born on time, the day that God allowed Azriel Clary to be placed in her mother's womb. 9 months later, boom, she came. That's the day she was supposed to be born. Ain't no such thing as a late birthday. So stop saying that. Azriel ain't had no late birthday. Her birthday is December the 31st. as whatever day your birthday is. It ain't such thing as late. Stop. It just don't make any sense to keep saying that, to try to excuse it, to make it look like she was underage or something. It's not going to work. It does not work. Try again. It's not working. Azriel was grown. Cheryl Cobb. I mean, not Cheryl Cobb. Diane Copeland testified that all girls were of legal age when she booked flights for them. She told this to the United States government on a stand under oath. Then she went on television and also kept the same story, that she never witnessed any underage women, and all flights booked by her were of women who were of age. What part did you at Miss Oakcove, Team Lies, and anybody else who wants to deem and sentence this man for the rest of his life in a cell, in a cage, based off a lying ass devil as females? Because y'all missed that part. You didn't need the transcripts for that. You didn't have to be in court to hear that. It was on ABC, Court TV, one of them. Go look it up. Diane Copeland. It's going to show in August of 2021 that Diane Copeland, R. Kelly's assistant, gave her fucking testimony, and this is what she had to say. So, y'all forgive me that I'm not reading the chat, because I'm not ignoring anyone. It's that I'm trying to get this all out, what I have to say. So I'm really not really looking at the what's name, but I seen things popped up. So hello Ed, hello Daz, Ed, and all the other people. Listen, greetings to you all. May your night be blessed. Those things were told, though. You didn't have to go to New York City to sit in that room to hear that. That was public knowledge. And if you don't know, go to Justice for Arcade page on IG. And she should have the video up there of Diane Copeland. As a matter of fact, she's talking to the man that was talking to Will Smith's ex-wife. Or was it Eddie Murphy's ex-wife? One of those women that Drea was with in Hollywood Exes. She's speaking to one of them boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, Michael Strahan or whatever. That used to be a football player. That was with Kelly Regis. On my baby, y'all, he getting off of work. I gotta text him, y'all, so y'all forgive me. I'm being fast. And he is of age and I am too, so y'all ain't gotta worry about that. Yeah. But anyway, she told him, Diane told that man, that she ain't witnessed none of that stuff. And all these people were of age. And y'all keep ignoring the fact that I keep telling y'all that Azriel was grown when she met R. Kelly. Another example. R. Kelly and her was supposedly met at the Dolphin Hotel. The Florida Hotel. That's in the People's Magazine too. Then that nigga... Yeah, that nigga, because he's ignorant. Angelo went over to Choke No Joke and sat there and lied and told that man that the police came to the door and R. Kelly snuck out the back door. But that ain't what Azriel told on the stand. Azriel said that the police had gave their business card and told Robert, if you ever need extra security or backup when you're in town, here's my number. Call me. So at what point Does Robert sneaks out of a door? How does he sneak out of a door? Is it, if even if it's like a join-in suite, he still has to go out of a door behind the officers, and they would have heard the door open. And if they're looking for sex crimes against a child, a minor, wouldn't they be alert to make sure? And I'm sure that they was told by or asked the question to the people who worked at the fucking hotel whether or not that was a conjoining suite. And wouldn't you think that there would be a police at the door waiting for anyone to come out the other door? Make it make sense. Y'all want to act like y'all so intelligent and you know it all, but y'all ain't making no sense about the stuff that you're saying about this man. Anything is being told and people are running with it like it's truth, and it don't make no sense. That's just like if you a cat, what the fuck I'm gonna give you a dog bone for? And you run with it like, yeah, this is what cat's supposed to eat. No, that don't make no sense. That's not what you're supposed to do. So stop acting like that's what it was supposed to be when it wasn't. It had nothing to do with the truth. It was all a lie to cover up what Alice Teresa Foster Clary was doing, which was pimping out her daughter. Period. Pimping out her daughter. So now, Azriel also turns around and say R. Kelly slaps the shit out of her in September in a park when she tells him that she is 17. Now, remind you, R. Kelly was on trial from 2002 to 2008 and was acquitted. And a year later, Geronda is claiming that she was sexually involved with R. Kelly. And she tells R. Kelly after they had a sexual intercourse, hey, I'm really not 18. And he says, okay, so what's the problem? Well, just act like you 21 and tell people you are. But slaps the shit out of Azriel. Years later after his fucking trial. You know what I mean? Not a year later where things could come right back up and his black ass can go right to fucking jail. Does he slap her and tell her, bitch, you better lie about your fucking age? He doesn't tell her that shit, but he does this to Azriel. Get the fuck out of here. Make it make sense. That don't make no fucking type of sense. So let's not pretend that it does when it doesn't. You don't have to have a college degree. You don't even have to have fucking finished elementary school. If you got common fucking sense, then you know that that don't make no sense. When he was definitely at risk of going to fucking jail. Again, we wouldn't have to wait until 2018 and 19 in 2021. He'd have been locked up 2009. Any sense to any of that shit there, guys? Help me understand. Make me think or see the picture as someone else is seeing it, because I don't see it that way. And I can't even fathom how it makes any type of fucking sense. It makes none. Don't fool me. You fooled yourselves. Ain't no wool pull over my eye. I know the sheep that is up here in, pretending to be the sheep, but in wolf's clothing. Angelo, y'all sound stupid. R. Kelly snuck through a door. And Atmos, you can go to Choke No Joke, go to his video, and you should be able to see that part where that man mentions that all that took place, where I got kicked off of because I was confronting Angelo about him having the Dust of Dawn Productions, where he was prostituting young women and charging them $75 for 8 hours to have sex, But I was just trying to clear up some things and it was leading to something that was important. But my information wasn't needed and I was kicked off of that channel and blocked. But I ain't mad, yo. Get your life, boo boo. Do what you do. Because I've been doing me and been doing it well. Ain't no love lost. Everybody gonna have their own opinions and you entitled to that. However, I'm gonna be giving you the truth because I know. Because I actually didn't just wake up yesterday and come into this fight. I've been in this fight for years now. So I know that we're being lied to. I know that game is being ran. I know that people like to throw other people under the bus and hide their hands. But no, 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 no. You can't hide nothing from me. I see you. I am very aware of y'all actions, deceit, and lies. Angelo said that Miss Bogine owe him and his family an apology. For what? Letting what the government kept hidden from the world? Because everything that they put in motions in Discovery was to only make R. Kelly look bad. They never wanted to show. Neither did their attorneys ever wanted to. His attorney ever wanted to show any burden of proof. At this, you said Judge Donnelly, for some reason, didn't want to put the parents in. But let me tell you the reason why was because that the world would have known, besides his supporters that were there and who wasn't there, knew that the shit was bullshit. But those who did not know would have actually heard for themselves legally that this was some bullshit. Altogether, you can't make this shit up. So let's just not. There be no apologies unless you're giving it to all of us over here, telling us, because Alice is not getting none. Alice is trifling. Alice is no good. The Savages are no good. All of them are dirty and trifling. And do y'all remember when Angelo and Tim went live on Instagram years ago? And they was talking about Asante and Kitty. And Angelo had to say, and you motherfucking Kitty Jones, you motherfucker. Keep my daughter name out of your mouths. And Asante McGee. You don't know shit about my daughter. You wasn't around my daughter. Y'all remember any of that? You don't remember hearing him say Lisa Van Allen name, though, do you? I bet you didn't. Because what I have came up with is that Lisa, because she's the culprit, she's the main one who played the part in taking R. Kelly down, even with the Avenatti bullshit. They did not participate in this second R. Kelly Lifetime bullshit because they were being treated or done a certain way. They did not participate, all because they did not want the heat to come on them. They did what they needed to do and move the fuck on. Because all of their, even down to Geronda, go to her geronda'spage.com, her own page. She doesn't want R. Kelly convicted and does not think that he should be muted. Do it. Make it make sense. Nobody had any intentions on Robert being arrested. Everything was just to keep him from making money and to slander his name. But Avenatti and Kim Fox made sure that Robert got locked up. So, with that being said, well, Daddy Lolo, you know they're not going to go speak on it. They're not going to do none of that because, see, what's in the motion is going to prove that Robert didn't do anything and that these women were liars and that they set him up. So they're not going to do that because in their minds and their whole agenda is to keep Robert locked up and to make him look as a pedophile. Gerald Griggs, the Savage attorney, told everyone that there was no underage females. He surely did, Ronnie. He did, and even Jim DeRogatis said there was no case. And it wasn't. But the Me Too movement was on Twitter, along with Avenatti, and along with Kim Fox, and along with the head leader, not the one who looked like KRS-One, but the one who calls herself the goddess, the empress, who fake burned her house down for money. Insurance fraud. I can't think of her name because she was never important to me. So, really, when you're not important, I don't really remember your name. So I didn't remember her name. But they all was with the Mann Act, and they pushed the Mann Act. They was pushing it. They were pushing it and pushing it and pushing it hard. And then I discovered that those who are on this live and who supported writing letters to get Kim Fox removed from office and have her viewed, the mayor at the time was Raheem Emanuel, who was also the chief executive under the Obama administration, who also worked with Michael Avenatti in a research media film. And I'm not talking about a movie. This research media group job is to control the public and give you the idiot box and exactly what they want to be put on the idiot box to control what you believe and what you don't believe. They had the power to do so. So they were the influencers of media. What you know and what you don't know. What is to be known and what is to be kept from you. So Raheem Emanuel was one of those said people. And Raheem Emanuel was working with Michael Avenatti and Barack Obama in the Me Too movement. Y'all give me a moment. Excuse me for a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry for the little wait. But like I said, Raheem was a part of working with Avenatti. So Avenatti knew what to do, what to say, how to do it. And the media made sure that they pushed everything out negative against R. Kelly because this was something that they were good with. That's why they didn't want Cosby owning NBC because it's one of the leaders in media. That's right. Yeah, and that's her name, Kenyatta Barnes. That's her freaking name. That's the chicken head's name. Exactly, Daddy Lolo. That's her name. And Sissy, that's her name. But they was pushing the Mann Act all on Twitter before Robert even got charged with it. And some people caught on to it and knew that they were saying these things. However, what I'm clearly trying to get y'all to see that Geronda lied. Lisa Van Allen lied. When I stopped telling y'all about the Lisa Van Allen. Lisa Van Allen was, and I think May 15th of 1998, she had just turned 18. She didn't meet and get to interact with R. Kelly and know of R. Kelly on a personal level until she was 18 when she went to the Home Alone video shoot. So her and those who decide to pick and choose how they want to display the article to say that Lisa Van Allen was underage. She was not. She was 18 years of age when she stepped foot on that Home Alone shoot with Keith Murray and Robert Sylvester Kelly, known as R. Kelly. She was of legal age. Now, Michelle Kramer told a person that Geronda was the same age as her daughter. Now, her daughter, what we all know, Dominique Garner, met R. Kelly when she was of freaking age. So, if Dominique was of age when she met R. Kelly, and Geronda has mentioned that she's the one who actually brought Dominique in. So, if Dominique was 18 and Geronda is the one who brought Dominique in, wouldn't that make her 18 as well? I believe so, if they're the same age, coming from Dominique's mother. I'm just saying. Dominique was of age. Why wouldn't Geronda of age? But we all know Geronda wasn't with R. Kelly. How is it that Geronda and Dominique jumping over gates and fences and shit, and Robert is with her, but not with Geronda? Things that you just have to take a moment, a step back, and think about. It's not that hard to evaluate things. Call it meditating. Meditate on the truth. And when you discover what you discover, a lot of you is going to be like Atmos Love. Blown out because he actually read. He really, really read. Though he said, I read the transcripts before and all that, and none of this popped out to me like it popped out to me now. So, nothing that was going on with Tim Savage admitting that there was a lie. Nothing between all of them fighting and arguing with each other while they were making sure that the supporters over here fought and argued with each other. Everybody just going to dismiss like Oak Cove, and before Oak Cove even came about, the Team Lies wasn't over there fighting amongst each other. The same people who was starting the bullshit fights over there with y'all was also starting the fights over here amongst Rob's supporters. I got news for you, Atmos. You've been played. Oak Cove, Team Lies, y'all have been played, used, and abused, hoodwinked, bamboozled, fucked, screwed. I mean, anything that you can do to treat a person like a dirty whore. Y'all were whores. Attention whores. Y'all wanted to be so heroic. I'm here to save the day. Y'all ain't saved shit. What you did was allow these people to sit up here and sit this narrative out here for everyone to sit here and say that he did these things. That's what y'all have done. You didn't need emotion to tell you anything after y'all sat there and y'all believe what Lifetime had to say. But then you don't want to believe what Azrael had to say on Gayle King or what Azrael had to say on Shabazz. But everything negative that Azrael had to say about R. Kelly, it didn't make sense to you. Okay, you agreed to that, but you would never agree to her when the fact that she was standing in her truth then. Because all the things she said after that are lies. And I'm not saying that because I want y'all to believe that R. Kelly is innocent, because the man is innocent. And that is just that. I can prove it. Hell, I feel like I could have been an attorney on his case. If Greenberg would have took information that was given, and if Doug Anton wasn't too busy stealing money and all up in everybody's damn bullshit, which he was, And if Greenberg wasn't too busy causing chaos, making sure that Joycelyn and Azriel wouldn't be fighting over who was to visit R. Kelly, and I can't make this up because you hear it on the conversation on the Shabazz where she says to the man, who is R. Kelly that's behind bars? Or when she was on Larry, and Larry recorded that conversation and played it when she was like, "Oh well, I wanna come." When it was Joy's turn, she knew it was Joy's turn. She done did her 3 months. Now make it make sense. Everybody else in prison can have 5 visitors. It wasn't a set time, day, and month. It's just the visiting times that they had to follow those 5 people who were written down on the paper, and that was approved by the government that you can come in. But only Azriel and Joy had a set time to see R. Kelly. But all the other inmates didn't have a set time to see the people they needed to see, and COVID-19 wasn't existing then. So don't use it. Don't try to excuse it to say that's why. No, COVID-19 wasn't existing. It wasn't a fucking issue. Okay? What was done initially by the lead attorney, who constantly and still does hide his hand, blame everyone that he is the leader of. They were supposed to do this, supposed to do that. Well, I didn't see you reprimanding them. I didn't see you giving them consequences for none of that. I didn't see anywhere in any paperwork legally filed saying that I gave Greenberg or Leonard the position to fire, remove, hire anyone due to the lack of their ability to perform as my attorneys. None of that was in paperwork. But what was in paperwork was that Greenberg and Leonard and Doug Anton were removed. It is also in paperwork, in motions, discovery, that Doug Anton, they never said the attorney's name, was investigated. But he wasn't the only one investigated. Another prominent lawyer in Chicago was investigated. Well, only 2 attorneys lived in Chicago and had offices, Mike Leonard and Greenberg, to see was there any monies hitting and taking unlawfully. And it wasn't to defend R. Kelly while those people were doing that. They was just making sure that y'all wasn't bought and paid. But y'all were bought and paid, and they were the ones who bought and paid you before this shit went to trial. That's why Greenberg gave that opening speech. Oh, I believe I can fly, to the federal government, thinking that they were going to release R. Kelly. And then told R. Kelly, you got to sit for 2 years because it's going to take me 2 years to read the discovery. Where in the fucking holy hell do they do this shit at? Please stop making excuses and acting like Greenberg was something good. Because he wasn't. I myself sat up after meeting with Robert and my sister Demi. Sat up after getting home by 4:30, 5 o'clock from the gym and had to get right up less than 3 hours to be at court. Went through paperwork. Put it in a brown big envelope to give to Greenberg. Where Robert should have not had to even face anything in Chicago with the information that was given to Greenberg. But never has it ever been used. So don't nobody need to tell me that we need to get along with the attorneys, encourage them, support them. And this ain't no shots. I'm just saying what the fuck I've said. Period. I'm saying it. I speak on what I know. All the encouragement and support was given from most of the supporters. Most of the supporters gave things, reached out. might have kept repeating the same information over and over again, but they sent it to these attorneys. And never once was my information, their information ever used. Ever used. And this was during the court, state, not federal, but the state situation. So everybody that has their opinion on how anybody should think or feel about these attorneys, I came back and I told everybody that there was something strange about that lady, Nicole. I watched her every time I went to court and Azriel was there, from New York back to Chicago. Y'all remember seeing Azriel holding on to Joy, like her and Joy was Siamese twins connected at the hip. They would hold each other so tight when they walked into those court buildings and out those court buildings, away from media, to hide from paparazzi. Things had changed when Robert was flown the first time to New York City. Those things were changed. It was no longer Azriel holding hands with Joycelyn, but she was holding hands with Nicole. Robert was denied bond. Azriel came out of that courtroom with these big glasses, a scarf over her head tied around her neck like she was Marilyn Monroe. And the bitch held her head just like this and was smiling, was happy. But you so in love with a man that just was denied fucking bond. You couldn't deny my man bond, and I come out this motherfucker smiling. Oh, no, ma'am. No, sir. I'm crying, I'm boo-hooing, I'm fucked up because I can't hold my baby. He can't hold me. I can't love on him. He can't love on me. I can't smell him. He can't smell me. I can't wake up beside him. He can't wake up beside me. We can't do things that couples do. So don't tell me that Azriel really fucking cared for R. Kelly. I did a video and then I tried to be a decent person because I am one. And I cried in that video, going in on Joy and Azriel, saying, please tell me y'all not going against R. Kelly. And I wasn't wrong. And I apologized for something I had no fucking business apologizing for. But you ain't getting no more apologies out of me. Like I said what I said, and I meant what the fuck I said. Period. I'm not apologizing. What was there from the beginning, what I knew that was from the beginning, is what it is. Period. And so I'm not apologizing. I owe no apologies. Because they did what they did, and I seen it for what it was, and I knew what it was, and I should have just went along with my good instinct and what God had put on me, that gift of discernment that I was given. I should have stayed with that, but I will not be bamboozled anymore. I will not sway to the left nor the right. It is a straight line, period. We ain't mixing nothing. It is what it is. Straight, no chaser, no ice, hot. You either man up or sit down. Man up or man down. That's what it is. Man up, man down. So I'm not gonna sit here and make those excuses. But the government has to reply to these motions. So everyone, don't get all upset and everything. Let it play out the way it's gonna play out, because if it wasn't meant, and this man is dead broke and have no coins or nothing to give, but somehow he has now gained an attorney that is really going to fight in my opinion, and what I hope so. Because I don't need no more Nicole Bleckers. I don't need no more Thomas Farinella. And why I mentioned Thomas Farinella, let's be real. Doug Anton had bought Mr. Thomas Farinella, and I've held conversations. Me and my sissy and others have held conversations solely on this here. Hold on, one more again, y'all. Um, as I was saying, Thomas Farinelli was brought in by Doug Anton. The question is this here. Did Robert know that Thomas was brought in through Doug Anton? Because why fire Doug and not Thomas? Thomas was brought in. There is a lot of setting up going on here and a lot of secrets kept from Mr. Kelly. Robert has no clue, in my opinion, and for what I have been told, he has no clue of the things that these people were doing. So don't believe what I have to say. Choose to like it, choose to not, choose to support it, choose to debate it. But the truth will always remain its truth. Hey, my sissy. Hey, Ab. How you doing, baby? Love you. But never confuse it. Never confuse it. Yeah, it will be over soon. A lot of things will be over soon. They will not continue to do what they have done to R. Kelly and what they're doing to Chris Brown, what they're doing to Trey Songz, what they're doing to so many black artists, musicians, just black men all together. I mean, we're just not going to keep going through this. The Mann Act was incited on a black man from day one. Here we is today repeating that. For I have told you all, those who are of the Son, there is nothing hidden and nothing new under the sun. So history will repeat itself. But here's the difference. In between this history repeating itself, there will be a change. There's always something that has to come in because universal and karma are two and one of the same. So understand that they are not going to continue on with this bald-head bullshit. Continue telling these lies on R. Kelly and getting mad that it is now being exposed because the government chose to keep those important pieces hidden. Okay? But y'all, let's not forget, Nicole said, you must find my client guilty in open arguments. And let's not forget, through motions that has been filed on February the 18th, 2022, by Jennifer Bonjean, that in that motion, it was also stated, written in black and white on a legal document, that Azriel Clary fired her attorney, Miss Rodriguez, which, why did you even obtain an attorney and what did you need one for? And Miss Rodriguez stated to tell Nicole to stay away from her client. But the client pursued to have a relationship and continue to talk to Nicole Blecker to help her with the media. But what has Nicole done in the media before R. Kelly or any case that we all seen? She was a prosecutor in Detroit for sex crimes. What big story that was broken? I'm not from Detroit. So if anybody is from Detroit and knows of that, please post an article or video showing Becker, whatever her name is, the Skull and Bones member of the elite club, the high power ones who have R. Kelly in this situation. Please show me where this woman Becker has been a high profile attorney or prosecutor or whatever. I'm wait. I'll wait. Show me in my Jerry Maguire voice. Show me the money. Well, show me the damn tape. Show me the proof. Show me the article. You got to show me. Got me sounding like Ali over here. Show me. Show me, baby, because I won't see it in order to believe it. And even though some things that you're seeing are always what it appear to be, but you're still going to have to show me. And I'll decide from that point whether there's any truth to it. But there isn't any, so you can't. I'll wait. Ain't nobody got nothing to show. Because they ain't even seen that themselves. So let's just be honest and real about that. Hey, Unique Thoughts. How you doing? All, and not just alpha males, Ed. All men need to be on alert. And especially men of color. Because they're gunning for you. Because you are the importance. You are globally, universal, the man that was made in the image of their father. Boy, the power y'all all possess and hold, but lack thereof. For my people perish, for they lack knowledge. The book of Hosea will tell you that. You're perishing because you lack knowledge. You do not know your worth and who you are. Women are not the only ones to know their worth. You men must first know your worth because you are leaders. So in order for the woman to know her worth, she has to know that this man knows his. Understand the importance of that there, Ed. But you're right, brother. They all need to be on alert. Truthfully. Y'all, I know that I'll be back on live again to finish up and where I can communicate more and take some questions and possibly have people to give answers to my questions that I have. And from Obama President campaign, he's a coat rider for his brother who is some kind of top dog. Yeah, okay, let's bring it all out, Ronnie. See, come on. See, this is what we need. We need people who know the truth, and we all need to come together. And yes, stand up to be counted for. We do need to subpoena her birth records, all of their birth records. Right, exactly, Daddy Lolo. If she was 17 in Atlanta, the age of consent was 16. She was well over age. She was well over age in Chicago. Yeah. So this is a lot of things that's unanswered, and I will want more people's opinions and views on this subject because I really don't have that much time. I told you my sweetie pie has came in from work, and so I have to give him some time, and I also have to get up and go to work in the morning. So to all, a good and blissful night. May peace be amongst you all, and may you all not be subject to fuckery and foolery, entertain lies and okov. Next time in life, before you decide to just follow anything, investigate. Don't go with the hate train that the typical media is running with to accuse someone of something. that you clearly have no idea of because you never reviewed, you never read, you never gave the time to find out the truth. You just heard that's him on the sex tape. But you didn't also hear that the sex tape was fake, that the sex tape was altered, the sex tape was created. There's proof to show y'all that not only through court documents, but through people who was involved with Lisa Van Allen, even down to her child's father. You people need to research your so-called alleged victims and find out a lot about them. Did any of y'all even hear Geronda's sisters come out and call her a liar and that she was the stalker of R. Kelly's? Oh, so y'all gonna ignore that too. Y'all can't make no excuses over there at Oak Cove or whatever y'all claiming to be. Stop it. The truth has been told beforehand, before that motion came out. It's just now that, boom, it hits you and you don't know how to take it. All I can tell you is this here. Pick your asses up off the ground, dust your ass off, and say, thank God that some sense had been knocked into me. Because now I know the truth. And the light is so much better than living in the dark. That's all y'all got to do. Other than that, stop with the excuses. Because y'all the only ones giving excuses. And your excuses are full of hatred. It still makes no sense. There is no logic given. There is no proof. As the motions even state, there was no proof given to convict a man. After the prosecutor themselves stated out of their own mouths, there is no criminal enterprise. And we understand that it takes more than one man to run a criminal enterprise, and therefore the RICO was not a criminal. The enterprise was not a criminal. The RICO did not exist. But yet, he has been found guilty on 9 counts. Make it make sense. The government, too, were on bullshit, and they wanted to take R. Kelly down by all means because they knew they had nothing on him back in 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then all these alleged crimes that these women stated took place during this time this man was on trial, but none of them go to the fucking police and have him violated, have his bond violated, his ass locked up, fuck a trial. He going to fucking jail because he out here being fucking a sexual predator. And a sexual predator doesn't make you a fucking pedophile. A fucking rapist is a rapist. So if he's out here doing these things, why no one did none of those things? Report it. You can't tell me 30 years later, oh yeah, R. Kelly fucked the shit out of me and made me engulfed his balls and nuts and whatever. And he told me, bitch, don't do this and don't do that. And I did it. Unlike the bitches out here screaming, Trey Songz raped her in her fucking ass. Anal rape? Ain't no we waiting till tomorrow. We're going to the hospital because I need stitches. And they're going to ask what happened. And I'm going to tell them that I was raped by Trey Songz. I'm not waiting years later to say Trey Songz raped me in my butt. Come on, stop the bullshit. Stop it. This makes no sense. The only sense that is taking place here is that black men are targeted. We could never be anything great. They want us to take on the identities of our oppressors. Those who raped, used, slaughtered, and abused. Now we are them, but without greatness and power and conquering. That would not be the story for my 4 sons. Because that's not what they are. And that's not what we are. I am them and they are me. We will not have it. But to all a good night, like I said. Y'all be easy. And I'll holler at y'all again. We'll talk. Good night.